Hello from Fairshare IT Services. Uh, we have developed a portal called as our.foloups.com that is very useful if you are dealing with multiple clients, and we all normally do. So we are dealing with multiple clients, and with every client there are quite a few things that we are discussing, and then we need like follow-ups on those points. So both the sides, the client or the vendor, or like even internal to our our teams, like we tend to forget about the things that parallelly we are working on, and then we tend to forget about that, what is the follow up on a particular point. So we developed like a very simple and to use portal that could be very useful. So what you can do is you can register to this portal as a company or using your ID. Then, and registration is very simple. You just register and then you get a confirmation email and just accept, verify that email. That's all. So after that you can log in, and let me log in with a different ID, so which is a blank kind of a slate. So I logged in using my personal ID to this portal. So the first thing that you do is create a task group. So task group is normally specifies a vendor or a department, other department in your company, or a client. So it could be anything. So basically you can group it the way you want, right? Or you can group it by a product for all you want, right? That for a particular product, what are the follow-ups that you need to do? Normally we kind of group it by a set of individuals. Like for example, we kind of group it by a client, let's say. So like I'll create here a task group, and I'll call it as, say, client one, and then just I will add it. Then another thing, the way like we use it is that, like, we also create a template also sometimes. So first I'm going to show you a task for like client number one, and then we'll go and see like how it could be used as a template also. So for example, for client number one task is like, for example, like I'm just going to add task here. I'm going to call it as, okay, create linkedin page LinkedIn page, right? And then just add here. Then after that, I will say, okay, plus website, create website. Again, I'm gonna click on add. So now there are two tasks that are created for client number one. Now let's say that for for task LinkedIn, create LinkedIn page, the particular client has given you some details, like, okay, so you can just click on comment and you can say, okay, received, say, received photograph. The status is still open, and then you're just going to click on add. So immediately you'll see that the latest comment is shown here, like received photo, right? So okay, I can again go here and I can click on this and I can say, okay, waiting for about me page, about me paragraph, and again I can click on add. So you'll see the latest one, but if you click on these comments, you'll see like all the previous comments as well, like they are sorted, so the latest comes at the top, right? So I'm going to close this. Here for this task it's a similar thing, but I'm not going to enter any comment like in this particular case, right? So I'll leave it just like that. Now, in case of Fairshare IT services, what happens is, normally there are a set of clients for whom the tasks are similar actually. That we create website for them, we create like social media pages for them, then we do like SEO for them, then we expect them to provide us like a phrase that they want to do SEO for. So there are a lot of things that we are going to follow up with them. I mean, a lot of tasks. So they're very, very common actually, right? They're very, very common. So like normal, that is why what we have done is we have provided like a copy button as well here, right? So in this case, like, what I'm going to do is, if you click on this copy button, so right now you don't see anything here because there is no other client created yet, right? So I'm going to click on OK this time. Here I'll go back to the dashboard. Now you'll see client number one as a task group created here. Let me create a client number two as a task group. So I clicked on this, then I create, say, client two, right? Add. Okay, now here I'm just going to click on copy, right? And then from here I'm going to choose client one. Okay, select task group from which you want to copy the task. So I chose like client number one, and I just did the copy. So when I do the copy, it, other than the comments, it copied everything. right? Because comments are specific to that particular client. So that is why we did not implement it in our functionality, that it should copy the comments. Only the basic tasks are being copied, and then on the top of that you can always like add, the comments like as you go. So similarly now, once you create like all the tasks, then obviously like some of the tasks are going to get closed, and then some of the tasks are going to get archived, in the sense that you don't even want to see them. So you can very easily do that by, by either going through the comment that okay, I received everything and then now I want to close this, so you can close it. Now the difference between closed and archived is that when we send email to the client, we tell them the close task as well, right? But when the task is archived, then at that point of time we never include that from the emails. Now how do you send the follow-up emails? That is also very simple and very very useful actually. So what we normally do is that, say every Friday evening before we leave our office, we simply click on this, right? And in this case, for example, I'll typing the email address as, say, Rohit at fairshare.tech, right? And I'll click on send, right? So once I click on send, the email will be sent to the customer. But the best part is, next time when you click on the email button, this will be saved for you. So it already knows that this client number two needs to be updated about the task on this particular email ID. And you can, of course, you can write like multiple email IDs by like having comma separated type of email IDs, right? So again, I'll go back to follow-ups. We are purposefully not, have not automated sending the emails yet, because some of the comments might be like half cooked and the task might be somewhere in between. But this helped us a lot in making sure the clients are happy, because what we do is that on any of our calls with the clients, and in general also, we just keep one tab open with this follow-up session. So that way we can very easily, like for example, we can very easily go to client number two. If you look at this in search box, I just typed in two, and then click on this, and I already know what is going on. So I keep this in front of me and then call the client, and then during the call if something comes up, then I can immediately create as a task, and then when I add those as a comments and I send that email, the email is like beautiful actually. It goes like to that client with all the task and all the audit of like all the comments on it. So that way client knows that we are taking the whole thing very seriously, the relationship very seriously, and we mean it, right? So and the best part is that we don't lose track of so many small things that are going on between so many clients. So that's the beauty of it. I hope you like it. So please do use it. So thank you again from Fairshare IT Services. Do use our.followups.com. If there is any question, just go to fairshare.tech and then visit the contact us page and get in touch with us. Thank you. Bye.